Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Umineko When They Cry, episode number 6. So last time we got Beatrice back, we got Butler back, and the canon disappeared. So we are going to be facing Erika today. Let's see what happens. Are we going to win? Are we going to finish it? Who knows, right? So let's continue. In the cathedral, the goat attendants were all jousting around either side of the red carpet. On the red carpet, standing across from each other, were Beato and Erika. In their hands were the pistols given to them by Zepar and Furfur.
フリントロック式ですか。また古風な。
気にするな。悪魔というのは様式美にこだわるものでな。
Its form was similar to an actual old-fashioned gun, but this was, of course, a demon's gun. This wasn't a gun that would propel a lead bullet with an explosion caused by gunpowder. Like the pistols used in the duel between Shannon and Cannon, whose bullets had contained a magic that would always kill. These pistols also had bullets that were not made of lead.
Beato. 心配の必要はないわよ。あっさり勝って、またリーアは悪態の日々だわ。
この勝負が終わりましたら、たまには有給を申請してみましょう。私、この戦いが終わったら、たまにはぶらりとカリブの方へ船旅にでも。
この勝負が終わったらはやめとけって。決闘前に縁起でもないわ。
ベアと緊張感を持って。ヘラヘラ笑ってる場合じゃありません。なんでリーチがリラックスしててリーアが緊張してんのよ。もうせーの。ベアトリーチ様しっかり。ベアトリーチ様に不利な一騎打ちだ。どうして？本来魔女は手数で勝負できる。ところがゲームが中断されたため手持ちはバトラ様の客室の謎くらいしかないのよ。エリカはその謎だけ青きくさびでうがてば全ての謎を解明したことになってしまう。勝てるわよ。ベアトリーチェ様とバトラ様の我らが二人の主を私は信じる。お呼びですか？ありがとう。珍しく勝ちも負けも五分五分だと思ってます。だから先にお礼を言っときます。すべて職務です。感謝の必要はありません。あんたが前回のゲームの時、私がボロクソに負けたのにかばってくれたとき嬉しかった。
Well, you're gonna lose again in this one. Don't worry.
私、生まれてから誰かにかばわれたのって、あれが初めてだった。我が主にさえ、私はかばわれたことがない。私が主に与えられたのは、暴かれた真実には暴き返すことで自分の痛みを打ち消すという傷つけ合いの仕方だけでした。傲慢をお許しください。私は守らねばと思いました。あなたがどんなか弱い真実で生き
それをよりもっともらしい虚実の横暴で虐げられてきたか察した時、あなたを守りたいと思いました。
ありがとう。短い間だったけど、あんたは最高のパートナーでした。
これからもです。
そうですね。あいつを倒したら、あんたと一緒にこの島でいっぱいミステリーを作りましょう。そしてそれをあんたに出題していじめて遊ぶ。どうです？
気に入れました。あなたの挑戦楽しみにしています。
あ、嘘ごめん。今の撤回です。こういうの負けフラグって言うんでしょ？
さあいいかい、二人の決闘者たち。
When the two demons clapped their hands, the duelists instantly returned to their bold, tense smiles.
魔法の銃に込める弾は鉛じゃないわ。
ミステリーとファンタジーのうがち合いは赤と青の真実を弾とするべきさ。
互いに真実がある限り弾は無限。
ただし一撃でも当たれば即死。両者覚悟はいいね。
当然。
無論。
栄光ある元老院の議員にして偉大なる絶対の魔女大ラムダデルタ卿、おいでませ。汝この決闘の立ち会い人となることを誓うか。
もちろんよ。誓うわ。
The crowd split and Lemde Delta walked forward with Burn Castle by her side. She looked between the faces of the two duelists. Then she took out an envelope with a seal of the one-winged eagle and lifted it high.
ベアトリーチェより封書にて物語の修正書を受け取ったわ。審査の結果、内容は有効。ロジックエラーの回避を宣言するわ。チェーンロックはかかったまま。これまでの赤き真実に一切矛盾しない。
Chatter, chatter, chatter. The many goat attendants knew the details of Butler's closed room. They realized how difficult it was. And though fiery debates had swept across the crowd during the reception, none had been able to find an answer. And now it was clear that Beatrice had already reached one.
よって本決闘は有効。決闘はたった1点。バトラの客室の密室をめぐって行われるわ。チェーンロックがかかった密室から後宮バトラは失踪した。これについてエリカは青き真実の争点を、ベアトリーチェは反論の赤き真実の争点を。決闘は決着がつくまで続けられるものとする。
上等だ。
上等です。オーケー。それではベアト、あなたが修正した新しい物語と謎をエリカに提示して。
密室のいとこ部屋よりカノンは魔法にて封印を破らずに脱出。
Kanon used magic to escape from the cousin room without breaking the seals.
密室に至り魔法にてバトラを密室の外へ脱出させた。
Okay, so we're gonna go through this one first.
くだらない物語。
結構。エリカ側確認は？ 副賞要求。バトラを救出したのは間違いなくカノン本人である。
受けようぞ。バトラを救出したのは間違いなくカノン本人である。
So, said in red, the one who rescued Butler was without a doubt Canon.
副賞要求。バトラとカノンは別人である。
Butler and Canon are different people. Okay.
受けようぞ。バトラとカノンは別人である。
結構です。エリカ、確認は以上？今ので結構です。戦い方は決まりましたので。オーケー。両者は弾丸を装填なさい。
Erika turned around, pressed her finger against the barrel of the pistol, made her blue truth into the bullet and pushed it in. There was no rule saying that she had to turn away, but she didn't want her expression to be read. Or it might have been because she couldn't stand the tension of looking at Beato's bold smile. Beato had already finished loading her red truth. She waited for Erika to finish while calmly puffing on her pipe. Then she looked at Butler, who sat on the throne of the Territory Lord, right next to the two witches who were here as witnesses. Butler's consciousness was still hazy. However, he apparently understood that Beato had come to duel for his sake so that he could be saved. It was all he could do just look at Beato with those sluggish eyes. I actually thought Butler was back, so he wasn't really back yet. Maybe a little bit later. But a flood of emotions passed between them. There was no need for words. A look was enough for them now. Erika closed her eyes tightly, her fingers still up against the barrel. At that moment, her stunning powers of concentration made all the distractions of the outside world disappear. I guess maybe the reason why Butler isn't back yet, like fully, is it because of the ring, right? The one Erika gave him? Good. It's always been like this, but my concentration really is good. Are you ready? Me, Furudo Erika. First, let's lay out the situation. Butler disappeared from that closed room. The chain lock is set. Did it disappear by magic? Of course not. There has to be a trick. Kanon didn't save him with magic. He just came, took Butler's place, and set the chain. I think the biggest mystery here is how Kanon got to the mansion, right? Everyone knows that much. The problem is the next step. No, it's actually the step before that one. Yeah, how did he get out from this? Kanon was in the cousin room in the guest house. The room was completely sealed with packing tape, and it's been proven that the seal was intact until the time of the logic error. In other words, Kanon escaped from a closed room that was absolute, with no chance for excuses or twisted logic. Good though. That's how she says it, right? This is why she called it a simple yet ultimate closed room. How did he escape? From the perfect closed room known as the cousin room. If I got stuck thinking only about that question, I'd be no better than your average kid detective. That room is a perfect closed room, so there is no way to escape. In other words, trying to think of ways to escape from there is a waste of time. The real question is how Kanon was somewhere outside the cousin room when it was sealed. The cousin room is a completely sealed can. If he was in there when it was sealed, then it's already game over. In other words, at the time the cousin room was sealed, he wasn't inside it anymore. Let's check at the time I checked everyone's location at the sealed rooms. That's the most suspicious part. At that time, we have the 5 people in the next room over, whom I confirmed with my own eyes: Hideyoshi, George, Kumasawa, Shannon, and Nanjo. I mentioned the names of those 5 people during the location check and confirmed that they were in the next room over. Then I checked to see whether everyone else was in the cousin room and had that confirmed for me as well. I said everyone else, so whatever he was, Kanon or Yoshia or even Puru Pikoman, they all should have been sealed in the cousin room. It seems perfect at a glance. However, though the phrase everyone else seems perfect, it's fishy. Strictly speaking, everyone else refers to all humans whose names I did not mention directly. So yeah, what she's saying here is, if there is a culprit, the culprit behind this, that's why she said everyone else, right? Remember when Butler was like, why are you saying everyone else, right? Why are you not saying them individually? Because this is what she wanted. If there are other persons behind this, she could just say everyone else and yeah, they're gonna be in that room. In other words, there are exceptions. For example, it's been confirmed that Hideyoshi and George were in the next room over. So humans with the name Hideyoshi or George don't need to be inside the cousin room, okay? It seems that Kanon told Jessica that his real name was Yoshia, but that was no red truth. In other words, what if Kanon's real name is the same as one of those in the next room over? They seem to be about the same age, so let's use George. So what if there were 2 Georges in that room? That doesn't violate the red truth saying that Hideyoshi, George, Kumasawa, Shannon, and Nanjo are in the next room over. Let's say Kanon's real name was Tanaka George. Both Ushirimiya George and Tanaka George could exist in that room at the same time. In other words, there were 6 humans with 5 names. It looked to my eyes as though there were only 5 people in the next room over, but a 6-person Kanon was hiding somewhere. I don't have the detective authority, so it wouldn't be that difficult for him to fool my eyes and hide. I see the double name trick. Stupid. So stupid. Alright, I made my logic. Kanon, who was hiding in the next room over, not the cousin room, left by the window after the seals were placed. She got a hit though. The gun had fired and the tip of my finger was stained with blood. The blue truth gunpowder had exploded. I've already had the honor sealed that one a short while ago. Blue truth arguing about the window of the next room over is forbidden, so I can't use it. Oh yeah, remember that? Yeah, the honor said that.
どうした暴発か？弾は慎重に込めぬとな。
うるさいです。ちょっとしたミスです。
隣部屋の窓。くだらん小細工で塞いだようだな。ガープに聞いたぞ。
そうですか。それが何か？
ドラノール、そのくだらぬ封印を解け。今やその封印は貴様らの枷であるわ。
Beato had figured out everything I've been thinking. And she's acting so confident, telling me to go ahead and use that argument.
エリカ卿。
解いてください。あんにゃろう。後悔させてやります。
準備はいいようだね、決闘者たち。よければ向き合って銃口を。そして真実の火種で着火を。
After facing away and readying herself one last time, Erika spun around. Beato had been facing her since the beginning. She wore a confident, challenging smile as if she'd been kept waiting. Then without any signal, the two slowly raised their guns, pointing the red and the blue glints that hid within their barrels at each other.
来い、楽しませてもらうぞ。
始めなさい。
まずカノンがいかにしていとこ部屋の密室から脱出したか、それを弾丸とします。
ほう、そちらから来るか。来るがよいぞ、存分に。
参ります。
Okay, here I go. After holding the gun high and pointing it at Beato once more, Erika pulled the trigger with the statements of red and blue troops.
いとこ部屋は完全な密室が最後まで保証されています。
Okay, the cousin room is guaranteed to be a perfect closed room until the end.
よってカノンがこの部屋に本当にいたなら脱出は不可能です。
Okay.
つまりカノンは封印時にいとこ部屋にいなかったのです。カノンの名は仮のもの。
In other words, Kanon was not in that room at the time it was sealed. The name Kanon is an alias.
本名は未だ不明です。
Real name still unknown.
彼の本名が仮に隣部屋の誰かと同じだったなら、隣部屋の在室確認に矛盾しない。つまりいとこ部屋に収容されず、隣部屋にいることができるということ。
In other words, it's possible for him to be in the next room over, not the cousin's room. The goat attendants shuddered and clapped their hands, thinking yes, such a move would work. I love watching this. I love being surrounded by this chatter. After all, I am the detective.
隣部屋は確かに封印されましたが、ロジックエラー時には扉のみしかその維持が証明されませんでした。
Yep, the windows are not.
よって窓の封印は破られた可能性があります。カノンは隣部屋に存在し、その窓から脱出したのです。以上。
Any other theory would be impossible. If this doesn't work, then there's no truth left. As soon as she said that is all, both of them fired at the same time. After the blast rang out, it was Erika's gun that fell to the floor. Beato's red bullet had knocked Erika's gun from her hands. Was it arrogance or confidence? If she had just aimed the bullet at Erika's heart, the whole thing would have been over. Beato had missed on purpose. There was a bold smile on her face. It was though she was offering to play with Erika a little longer. No, that's exactly what made her Beato. Beatrice, the witch who mocks others with unsolvable closed room tricks.
封印時の隣部屋にいたのは秀吉、ジョージ、熊沢、シャノン、南條である。
At the time the next room over was sealed, Hideyoshi, George, Kumasawa, Shen, and Nanja were in it.
そして隣部屋の人数は5人である。
And the number of people in the next room over was 5. Next room over?
この5つの名に該当するもの以外は存在しない。
No one existed there except for those to whom those 5 names refer. Okay.
すべての名は本人以外には名乗れない。
All people can only go by their own names. It was a tirelessly merciless red fruit. It was simple and severe. Now that the number of people had been limited to 5, any leeway for Kanon hiding there had been completely denied. Also, it was now clear that only people holding those 5 names existed within the room. Erika couldn't even make a new theory by suggesting that one person held 2 names so that the 5 names referred to only 4 people, which would let an unnamed Kanon sneak in. Furthermore, the part about how people could only use their own names was a fatal blow that cut down countless theories.
思えばそなたは前回の寝ぼけたわらわしか知らんのだったな。どうだエリカ、これが黄金の魔女のゲームだぜ。
バカな。魔法でカノンが部屋を抜け出したっていうの。それよりどうして銃を弾くなんて甘い真似を。
人間側は魔女の謎を全て打ち砕き、魔女側は人間側の推理を一つ打ち砕けばいい。これではアンフェアだろ。だからわらわも同じにすることにした。
同じ？
わらわもそなたの推理を全て打ち砕いて勝利することにした。カノン脱出の謎はわらわの勝ちだが、もう一つ、バトラに辛酸をなめさせた最初の戦場に戻ろうぞ。
When Beato snapped her fingers, the guest room of Butler's was reconstructed. She meant to fight once more in the room that had threatened Butler with a logic error, determined to settle things once and for all.
エリカ、拾え銃を。この部屋をお前の棺桶にしてくれるわ。
その言葉、そっくりお返しします。私にチャンスを与えたことを後悔させてやります。
立ち会い人よ、エリカに X を許す。
Allow Erika to use X.
X？ 説明不要の根拠ね。で、何を許すの？
エリカはカノンの密室脱出トリックの説明義務を負わずに。
Let's give Erika permission to use blue truths for Kanon and this guest room trick. Okay.
カノンをこの客室トリックをめぐる青き真実に組み入れることを許そうぞ。
A theory explaining how Kanon saved Butler would also need to explain how Kanon escaped from his own closed room, or it would have no basis. Erika had already lost that basis. Beato was giving her a handicap by saying that she didn't need to explain that part.
当然です。あんたはカノンがバトラを助けたことを赤き真実で保証してるんですから。そんなのもらえて当然です。
Erika faced away again and concentrated even harder. As though twisting the knob on a radio, she turned all noise and idle thoughts down to 0. Okay, how do we do this? Let's go. Furdo Erika. Detective Furdo Erika. As long as Kanon reaches this place, rescuing Butler isn't hard. The trick is as follows. Kanon used some kind of escape trick X to reach the front of the guest room. While I was busy in the bathroom, Butler left the closet. Butler undid the chain lock. Butler went outside. Kanon entered in his place. Kanon set the chain lock. Kanon went into the closet. The end. This satisfies the 2 red truths about the chain lock being set and Butler's absence. And in exchange for this escape trick, Kanon remains inside the guest room. There's no room for argument on how tightly this room can act as a closed room. That chain is cursed. In this demonic closed room, one person must remain as a sacrifice for it to be acceptable. However, is such a simple theory really enough? The rescuer switched places with him. Then the rescuer hid in the closet. No other sort of theory is possible. And yet Beato thinks she can win. In that case, does some other trick exist? It's impossible. I swear in the history of the mystery genre that there's absolutely, definitely, categorically no other way. But if I give in here, I couldn't call myself a detective. Consider it, imagine, don't stop thinking. That's how you drive blue wedges into witches. What can I expect to see is, yes, a word play trick. It can only be some kind of wordplay that just barely slips through the net of words spoken in red. In that case, I'll crush all possibilities. I'll have them repeat line after line. This final duel has already begun, and even though we haven't pulled our triggers yet,
副賞要求。バトラ救出時、客室に入ったのはカノンのみである。
認めようぞ。バトラ救出時、客室に入ったのはカノンのみである。そういう話のつもりだが。
at the time Butler was rescued, only Kanon entered the guest room.
副賞要求。私の入室からロジックエラージまで、私とバトラとカノン以外に入退室した者は存在しない。
認めようぞ。そなたの入室からロジックエラージまで客室を出入りしたのはそなたとバトラとカノンのみだ。
Kanon, or Butler and Kanon were the only ones who went in or out of the guest room.
副賞要求。それはすなわち3人のことである。
認めようぞ。そなたとバトラとカノンで3人である。
定義確認。この3人の定義は体の数に等しいと考えていい？3体が出入りをしたってことですよね。
I've had enough of things being mixed about with names and numbers of people. I want this point to be clear.
無論だ。3人、すなわち3体が出入りした。そなたとカノンは入ったのみ。バトラは出たのみ。すべての名は本人以外に名乗れないと赤き真実ですでに語っている。
Okay, it has already been said in red that all people can only use their names. Okay. Remember that.
よってエリカ、バトラ、カノンの名はいずれも本人にしか名乗れぬのだ。
Therefore, the names Erika, Butler, and Kanon can only be used by those people.
副賞要求。私は救出者ではない。
当然だ。そなたは探偵ではないか。安心せよ。わらわはそれを尊重する。
定義確認。救出者の定義とは？
This is also important. I want to quickly remove the possibility that I rescued him accidentally.
救出者とはバトラの開けたチェーンロックを再びかけ直したものということにする。バトラを救う意志があったかどうかは問わないことにしておく。
Since she said after Butler unset the chain lock, it's impossible for this to have occurred before I set foot in the room. From that point, I wouldn't undo the chain again for all eternity. After all, the game was suspended at that point. Therefore, it was impossible for me to have been the rescuer accidentally. More, I can focus it even more. The chain can only be set from the inside. It's impossible for a person to escape on their own. Therefore, we know that Butler didn't escape by himself. And I'm not the rescuer. Only Kanon can be the rescuer. Look at her face. She's grumpy now. And Beato had already said that Kanon is the rescuer with the red truth. There is nothing to doubt. There is no room for anyone but Kanon to be involved. At least so far.
復唱要求。出入りの定義とは、客室と外部の境界をまたいだかどうかである。
認めようぞ。
復唱要求。客室とは、ベッドルーム、バスルーム、クローゼット内のすべてを含む。
認めようぞ。クローゼット内を客室でないと言い逃れる気などさらさらないわ。
定義確認。客室内とはベッドルーム、バスルーム、クローゼット内の3区分である。
わらわもその認識でいるぞ。そしてすでにそなたはベッドルーム、バスルームの2区分で誰も隠れていないことを赤き真実で確認したはずだ。
復唱要求。クローゼット内には誰かがいる。
拒否する。
どうして？カノンがそこに隠れているからですか？
カノンは魔法が使えるのだぞ。確かにクローゼットに一時姿を隠しはしたが、その後すぐに魔法で姿を消したのだ。
Wait, so now she's saying Kanon is not there anymore.
だからクローゼット内には不在。よって復唱はできぬわ。
So there is no one in the closet. What?
それの復唱を再要求します。
バカめ。魔女側には魔法で行ったことについて説明する義務はないわ。
No, it's completely obvious. There's no way she can say that Kanon disappeared with magic using the red fruit. After all, magic doesn't exist. But is this enough? I've gone through every last minor detail. And yet there's an uncanny lack of dubious points. I can't think of any way around the theory I've had since the beginning. Kanon must be in the closet. He has to be. There's no way he isn't. I'll say it again. The closed room can only be escaped from by switching places with a rescuer. If Kanon tried to escape as well, another rescuer would be needed. However, no rescuer exists for Kanon. Butler escaped, so it's impossible for it to be him. And I won't undo the chain for all eternity. The people who have gone in and out of the room have been confirmed both by name and number of people. At this rate, my theory is set in stone. First, here are the details of the situation that are certain. The game ended while I was in the guest room, so I did not undo the chain lock that I had previously set. So it can't be that he escaped after I left the room. Furthermore, the chain lock was set at the same time I entered the room. No one could have left the room during the few seconds between the time I entered and the time I set the chain lock. The guest room was sealed at the time a butler's corpse was examined. So until I came again and broke the seals, it was absolutely impossible for anyone to go in or out. Therefore, when I entered the room, it is certain that Butler was hiding somewhere inside the guest room. The only chance Butler had to escape was after I broke the seals. To be even more specific, he had no chance to escape except for the time I was in the bathroom, yes. By the above premises, Butler's trick to escape with the chain still set is as follows. Because of the aforementioned reasons, the only one who could have set the chain lock, which can only be set from the inside and allowed Butler's escape, is a Kanon. Is Kanon the only person to enter the room except for me and Butler? After Kanon entered the room, he set the chain, hid in the one place that he could hide inside the guest room, the closet. Wait, that was close. They almost got me. They almost tricked me. She's gonna get shot again. I thought I'd cornered him in the closet. It's the opposite. Okay. They're trying to make me think he's in the closet. What was the order in which I searched the guest room? First, the bedroom. We confirmed with Red that there was nothing there. Then the bathroom. We confirmed with Red that there was nothing there. It right there. Or that's it right there. When I examined the bedroom, there was nothing there. However, while I was investigating the bathroom, Kanon slipped out of the closet. The problem is how though, right? He cannot leave. And hid again somewhere in the bedroom. Okay. In other words, my guarantee that no one was in the bedroom was torn apart during a span of 1 minute. What, you saying that Kanon was, let's say, under the bed? Maybe like that? I've spotted it. This is the witch's trap, an attempt to lure me into thinking that Kanon is in the closet. The place he's really hiding is the bedroom. She's so happy. Let me guess. Beatrice is gonna say, Kanon is not in the bedroom. 100%.
見つけた。やっと見つけましたよ。
We need to kick her down, yeah.
あんたのトリック。
That was a close one. If I'd been one step slower, I'd have said there was nowhere to hide except inside a closet. Then she'd just say the closet was empty. No, wait. It works the same way in reverse. I see, now I get it. It's a logic switching trick. Damn that Beato. So in resolving the logic error, she discovered this strange trick. If I only notice the closet, she'll have Kanon hide under the bed. And if I only notice the bed, she'll have Kanon hide in the closet. Even though either one of us would be right, I'd lose no matter which I choose. Unless I expose both at the same time, I can't checkmate her. Incredible. I've never heard of such an unfair trick. It was a sleight of hand, it'd just be a cheap one. If it was a mystery, it'd just be cheating. However, the witch's game is a legitimate logic trick. In chess, it's what's called a double check. No, a discovered attack. Or wait, would it be discovered double checkmate? Even though this sort of logic would be a foul trick in the mystery genre, in this world where witches and mystery war, it is such a refined board layout. The beautiful placement of the black pieces that cornered my white king felt almost like an art. So beautiful that if I were a god in the same old legend or in some old legend, I might wish to stick in the sky as a consolation. That beauty even brought tears to my eyes. For the first time, I felt honored at being allowed to participate in this game of truth and witches as a human. And ironically, it taught me, the one who had always believed in a single truth, that there isn't necessarily just one truth. If it just broadened my perspective, I can see openly different truths. And though each of these truths are truth, they're incomplete if they're all you can see. In my life until now, just how many truths have I missed? Because I was blinded by some trivial truth. This is the true nature of the world.
真実は一つしか存在しないというおごりが。 たった一つの真実を見つけただけで、それ以外の真実から私たちを盲目にしてしまう。
ありがとう、ベアトリーチェさん。
まさか魔女にこの世界の真理を教えられるとは思いませんでした。
Slowly, with a soft and quiet gesture, like a flower opening with the morning dew dripping down its side, Erika raised her gun.
私の勝ちです。
In your dreams,
あなた
Erika.
のダブルチェック見切りました。
ならば来る。
バトラの客室失踪トリックは以下の通りです。バトラは私の室内探索中、クローゼット内に隠れていました。そしてバスルームの騒ぎの間にチェーンを外し、室外へ脱出しました。この時廊下にはカノンが待機していました。カノンは入れ替わりで客室に入り、チェーンを施錠しました。これがバトラ失踪のトリックです。そしてその後、彼はベッドルーム内に隠れました。私がベッドルームに不審者がいないことを確認した後のことですので、それは有効です。よって救出者カノンはベッドルームに潜伏しています。
Erika's blue bullet flew in a strange arc, became a wedge of the blue truth, and pierced straight down through the bed and the floor beneath. Beato didn't pull her trigger. However, she did quietly argue back with the red truth.
ベッドルームにカノンは存在しない。
Damn, there we go. Kanon does not exist in the bedroom. The goat attendants gasped. Erika had apparently been defeated and denied by the red truth. For the goats, he couldn't see more than a single truth. It probably looks as though I've lost. I mean, it was so obvious that she was gonna counter like that, yeah.
次が本命です。これが並び立つ真実を知り得た人間の答えです。どうやら幻想物語では第二の晩までが終わってるみたいですし、ならば私が残りの晩を遂行して黄金鏡への扉を開いてあげましょう。あなたが負けて消えるならば、それは黄金のバラに包まれてがふさわしい。
The fires of blue truth flashed at Erika's feet, and she loaded a blue truth bullet once more. That overflowing of blue power was now making her entire gun burn with a blue flame. She wasn't aiming for Beato, she was aiming behind Beato. At the closet.
ベッドルームを否定したならば、もう逃げ場はここしかない。
So she's thinking in the closet? Okay.
死ねカノン！
The 5 wedges of blue truth she released shot right past Beato's cheeks, hair, and shoulders. Then the pin cushioned the door to the closet to gouge whatever human was inside to death. The 5 wedges slammed into the door in a vertical line. In other words, on the 4th twilight, gouge the head and kill. On the 5th twilight, gouge the chest and kill. On the 6th, on the 7th, and on the 8th, gouge and kill and kill and kill. After being gouged by so many thick and sharp wedges, the human inside wouldn't stand a chance.
これが私の暴く真実です。以上。
When she proclaimed that she had finished, the 5 blue wedges piercing the closet disappeared. However, the many large splintered holes left behind showed that it had indeed been pierced. Then, as though this completed the ceremony that led to the Golden Land, the room that had been created around them became countless golden flower petals and drifted away. By now, the duelists and the crowd of attendants were surrounded by the golden rose garden of the Golden Land. However, the closet behind Beato remained. It stood there all by itself, like a coffin. Then, as though teased open by a dreary wind, the hole-covered closet door slowly opened. And no one is there. Let me guess. Inside was a human figure. The figure was covered up to the head by what appeared to be a grayish robe. Of course, it also had large holes showing that it had been stabbed into. Eventually, it became clear that this was not a robe but a raincoat. If he had rushed here from the guest house, then there would be nothing strange about him wearing this into the guest room. Then with a rustle, the raincoat lost its human shape and crumpled. It became a cloud of gold butterflies and disappeared.
So.
Inside the coffin in the closet, nothing remained except an empty darkness.
客室にカノンは存在しない。もちろんクローゼット、ベッドルーム、バスルーム、この全てにおいてである。カノンはバトラーを逃がしクローゼットに隠れ、そして魔法にて消えた。それが魔女の真実。以上だ。
勝負ありです。それ以上は。
Okay, what happens now?
勝者ベアトリーチェ
Easy. The attendants let out a cheer. Virgilia's group couldn't help but scream and shout in joy. How do you explain that though, right? My god. The 7 sisters jumped out in celebration. Then at the same moment, the 2 demons proclaimed Beatrice's victory. The head's ring worn by Erika, who was slowly crumpling to the ground, and the cursed ring on Butler's finger both burst. While Butler's back, yes, at the same time, Butler coughed violently. Butler was starting to regain a consciousness.
バトラー！
Beato latched onto the coughing Butler in joy. Then Virgilia got up and Ronovit did the same. All of the 7 sisters also crowded about him in delight.
ひでえトリックだ。こんなので通ると思ってんのか。こんなトリックじゃまた人間どもがこんなのミステリーじゃねえって騒ぎ出すぜ。いいえ、
立派なトリックです。愛がない人には見えないです。バトラさん、バトラさん。エリカ卿、エリカ卿、誰かベアトを早くです。
The rows of blood in Erika's chest wouldn't stop opening its petals.
第3度概念否定症
Denial syndrome. Okay.
存続系中和剤は不可大至急の最短承認でのみ中和可能駒の主の最短承認が必要なりや
ベルンカステル教最短のご許可を。ベルンカステル教どちらに？
式典警備隊に捜索要請ベルンカステル教を探したまえ
了解であります。オールシエスタデータリンク捜索体制。
卑劣。主が駒の決闘を見届けないなんて卑劣が過ぎると知れ。
Erika, who was being held by Dianor, had already realized that her master was nowhere to be seen. But she didn't feel lonely. On the contrary, she was relieved that she wouldn't need to be brutally scolded in the last moments of her life.
神と悪魔たちよ、彼女の高潔なる散り際をどうか語り継ぎたまえ。
高潔悪役ってのはきっちり無様に散って主賓を盛り上げなきゃです。
I'm not a piece, or I'm not anyone's piece anymore. I can finally control my own role.
エリカ教動いてはいけません。
下がりなさい。下がれ
When Erika yelled with all her soul, those who surrounded her were forced back and fell on their butts.
私は真実の魔女フルトエリカ。真実の魔女とは真実に耐える魔女です。私はようやく自分の本当の真実を受け入れられそうなんです。
The toxin of her own concept being denied raced through her. Her vision was already starting to blur. At the other end of her twisted range of vision were Butler and Beato hugging each other and looking at her. Their expressions are firm. That's okay. Pity and sympathy would only make me look more pathetic. For a loser, that sort of expression is the best.
エリカ教もう決闘は終わっています。
終わってないんだ。
死が二人を分かつまで
誰にも彼女の散り際を汚せない。
Her final moments. Really though, is she not gonna come back anymore? We'll see. The two demons grabbed Diana's shoulders and held her back. Dripping blood and breathing heavily, and with an awkward gait, Erika walked towards Beato and Butler despite it all. As the blood dripped from her, it became golden flower petals which drifted away. So as she walked, she looked both divine and beautiful. The duel wouldn't end until one of them died. So even though it had been settled, it hadn't ended. Beato and Butler told the people bunched around them to step back, and they both walked forward to face the noble loser.
エリカ。
復活おめでとうございます。あんた、長男の相を持ってますよ。ろくな女に好かれやしない。
そうだな。俺もろくな女に惚れねえな。
ベアト。いいえ、あんたたちに頼みが。
もう人たちを望むのですか？
エリカ。
受けようぞ。そなたの高潔なる申し出を、断る無粋をわらわたちは持たぬ。
ありがとう。
As her consciousness began to waver, Erika raised her gun again. She pointed it at the two of them. Beato also raised her gun and pointed to Erika. Wow, look at that. Then Butler placed his hand on hers.
もう決着してるのに。これ以上何の論点があるというのです。
エリカ様。
私はなぜ何の力にもなれずここに。
見届けなさい。それが親友の仕事でしょ。
Both sides silently loaded their bullets of fruit without saying a word. The color packed into each barrel was red, so though neither side spoke, they both know what trump card the other would use.
最後に自己紹介しとこうと思いまして。
What's she saying? This late into the game? No one could imagine the red fruit Erika had loaded.
ベアト、いいのか？
はい、構いません。
わかった。
せめて最後の引き金は一緒に。
わかってるぜ。
Butler placed his hand on top of the finger that Beato had around the
バ
trigger.
トラさん、あえてよく。
俺たちは永遠にずっと一緒だ。
イチャイチャと見せつけてくれます。イラついてきてたんです。やっぱお涙で退場は私の好みじゃないです。やっぱ悪役は最後の最後までこういう面でなきゃ。
いい面構えだぜ。お前との結婚生活もヘドが出るくらい楽しかったかもな。
Married life with you would probably have been fun enough to make me vomit.
当然です。毎日のけぞらせまくってベアトさんなんか忘れさせてあげるくらいの快楽の世界に閉じ込めてあげたのに。
ははん。お前ごとき小娘、バトラを虜にするにはまだ1000年早いわ。
ああ、あんたの顔もそれが一番キュートです。お互い最後はこういう顔がいいですよね。
恋。
これが探偵フルドエリカの最後の捨て台詞、そして自己紹介です。
Erika spun in a magnificent and graceful rondo, scattering
はじ
blood.
めましてこんにちは。探偵フルドエリカと申します。招かれざる客人ですが、どうか歓迎を。我こそは来訪者、六軒島の18人目の人間。
申し訳ないが
そなたを迎えても
17人だ。
Okay, I mean, I knew that was 17 though, the way we counted it when we were doing, yeah, this episode. Damn! Like, we couldn't even talk there. That was a nice ending though, right? Very nice ending. But, yeah. I mean, we'll count again later. Yeah, we'll count again later afterwards. Alive when the game was suspended. Natsuki died in the first Twilight. Jessica alive when the game was suspended. Ava died in the first Twilight. Hideyoshi alive when the game was suspended. George alive. Rudolph alive. Kirie died. Rosa died. Maria died. Nanjo alive. Genji alive. Shannon alive. Kanon died on the second Twilight. Goda, I hate that guy. Kumasawa alive. Amakusa. Hachijo, nothing underneath them. See that? Lemde Delta. Burn Castle. Virgilia. Ronove. Gap. Ava. Beatrice. I don't want to see that one again. Zipar. 44. Dianor. Gertrude. Cornelia. Sakutaro. Oh yeah, Sakutaro had a small appearance in this game. Yeah, in this episode, I mean. Just a little bit with Maria, right? Very, very small appearance with Sakutaro this time around. That was pretty nice. She Esther 0, 45, 410. All the goats. All the goats. The goats are like, we have to have our own name. 6th game, Dawn of the Golden Witch. Okay, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen in the... What do you call this? The tea parties. Okay. Okay, let's check the characters here so we can count again. But yeah, I did say that 17 though, right? 17. Or you can say 16 if you want to. Episode 6 finish. Yes. Alright, let me go to the character screen. Yes. Okay, characters. It's episode 5, but it's pretty much the same roster anyways, right? So let's count. Okay, Kraus number 1, Natsuhi number 2, Jessica third one, Ava number 4, Hideyoshi number 5, George number 6, Rudolph 7, Kirie number 8, Butler number 9, Nanjo number 10, Rosa 11, Maria 12, Genji 13, Goda 14, Kumasawa 15. We count Erika here 16, Canon Shannon 17, as both of them are counted as one. So yeah, there you go. Honestly, this whole episode, if you didn't even realize that, or how they're saying that these characters are pretty much just one character and then there's someone actually behind it. But yeah, I think it's so obvious. They're literally like telling you all this, yeah, this whole episode. They're literally like, yeah, just putting the piece of paper in front of you and saying, yes, these are one person, technically. And there's someone behind this that you can count as that one person, as a 17th person. You can say that. Or 16. Erika, I don't know. Does this person actually exist though? Who knows, right? She washed up on Rokinjima. Like, for example, the real Rokinjima. Was she really there? Who knows? I don't know. The Oshiramiya family for sure, but Erika, I mean, I don't know. So either it's 16 or 17 people there. But yeah, the maximum is 17. Let's just say that, right? So in the Red Truths earlier, when they were talking how Kanon made it to the guest house, or to the, not the guest house, the guest room. So this is just my thoughts, I guess, based on what the Red Truths are. Honestly, I hate that we cannot see the Red Truths here. I wish that we had a list that they can put, like, for all the Red Truths. So basically what they're saying is, or so what they said earlier, that the people can only use, I guess, something like their own names or something like that, right? And yeah, Kanon, he was in the guest room, but then he was gone, right? He disappeared. So I think to solve this one, you would need to acknowledge that there is a person behind this. Yes, if you can't acknowledge that, I think this is gonna be hard to solve. Yeah, you need to acknowledge that. That, oh, let's say, yeah, Sayo, let's say the person you have behind this, you need to acknowledge that there is someone behind this. Otherwise, you're just gonna run in circles and you cannot solve maybe how that happened, or how it happened. So we can say how this happened is Shannon, right? Let's say Shannon right here. She went out. Yeah, she was in the other room, right? So she went out of the window. She went to the mansion, right? And then became, we can say, Kanon, right? We can say Kanon. And then Kanon, and then Butler, yeah, they did their scene earlier. We saw that, right? And then, yeah, they switched. So how did Kanon disappear? And then, yeah, that ties again, because you cannot really leave that guest room. So the only thing that could happen there is Kanon, the disguise or the personality Kanon was removed and it was replaced by the culprit itself, Sayo. That's the only explanation there, and that's why there's still a person there in the room, but it was not Kanon anymore. It was Sayo, the actual culprit. Because yes, let's say Sayo equals Shannon and Kanon. So I'm using Sayo because I don't really know if maybe, because yes, for in this episode we learned that Kanon's name is Yoshia, right? I don't really know the, let's say, the real name of said culprit, so I'm just using Sayo because Sayo is the first name we learned. So yeah, we can say that Sayo equals Shannon and the Kanon, right? So yeah, that's the only like reasoning you can say there. The explanation that you can say is when Kanon was in the room, yeah, Sayo dropped that personality and became Sayo there in that room. Like, because yeah, they did say in red, Kanon does not exist in the bedroom, and then later on, Beatrice said all parts of the guest room itself, the bedroom, the bathroom, the closet, right? She said that, yeah, Kanon does not, yeah, is not here, basically. So that was the only, yeah, that's the only explanation there, at least for me. I don't know if that's, yeah, I don't know if that's real, but that is the only explanation I can say there. Is the real culprit dropped the Kanon personality and became, yes, a said person. That's it. We'll see. We still have some, what do you call this again? These tea parties. Maybe we'll learn more of that. Or we'll learn more. I don't know if they're gonna say the character or the culprit itself, but we'll see. But yeah, I think like in this, this episode, it's pretty much the focus is love. And to solve some stuff, you need to acknowledge, yes, as I said, you need to acknowledge there is a person hidden. And that's it. The actual culprit. Acknowledge it. If you don't acknowledge that there is a person like that, you cannot make sense of what's happening. You would just believe like, oh, it's magic. Canon disappeared with magic. That's it. That's the wall that you will hit. Yes. Anyways, I mean, yeah, that's for an explanation for that. So, I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, we still have some tea parties. We got 2 of them. Who knows what's inside of it. Can't wait for it. So anyways, we are gonna continue this and do more of Umineko and They Cry episode 6 in the next one. So I'll see you then, guys. Bye bye.